United States may not be the best place for you to live. The realization of that, like I need everyone to understand. Just because you was born and raised here doesn't mean you have to grow old and die here. The money that you make, for example, from trading, let's say you make $1,000 in a day or in a week. Here it's $1,000, but somewhere like Costa Rica, it could be $5,000. In Thailand, that's $50,000. There are people who live very well off of making money, American money, but spending it and living there. And I wanted you to think about the retirees also, like healthcare. Don't think we have the best healthcare here. There are people who go to Turkey. There are people who go to Thailand and get full head to toe exams for a couple of $100 with a hotel, with a chef, with a night stay. Great. And it's a reason why I tell you, United States did the best marketing. So for me, for my family, and I'm an older guy, I have grandchildren. My goal is to get to let them see the world, not just leave your neighborhood and come to my neighborhood and spend time with your pops. Like, no, we're gonna get on a plane. You're gonna come over here. You're gonna see what it's like in another country. You're gonna see how much land I own, this real estate in this country, how it is to always eat healthy, eat fresh. When I went around, I took a 32-day trip. I went from I went from Costa Rica, Thailand, Philippines, and wow, why am I forgetting some of the places I went? And I went to Jakarta. I went to Cayman Islands. Like I went everywhere, scouring, buying, relationships, the dollar value, the medical system. I need people when you travel, don't go there and lay out on the beach for your entire trip. I want you to go there and say to yourself, can I live here? What is it like? Let me find out what the cost of goods would be. Let me find out what internet costs, what rent costs, what light and gas would cost. Let me talk to other expats. Let me find out. There's something online. This young guy, he was in a gang in Memphis. And he did a post. He has millions of followers now. And then I stumbled across his post. He said, hey, I got to do the accent. I don't know why. It just comes to my
No
brain.
worries.
He's
No
like,
worries.
hey, man, I was out here in Memphis. My friends were all gangbangers, most of them dead. I said, I got to get out of here. I took me a trip to Thailand, man, walked around, and I realized something. I ain't never going back. He been living in Thailand for almost a year. Got him an online job, great place to live, his safety, his life, food, eating healthy. All he does is post and talk about how leaving the United States saved his life.
Wow.
Like you have to start thinking about that. Everybody with a job, think about when your job is gone, not if, when. Can you survive? Can you survive off unemployment? Nope. Can you survive off of Social Security? No. Can you survive off pensions? No, you won't be able to survive. What is your plan? If you're not considering finding another location to live, like I can't give you no advice on how to live here because everything is going to be overpriced. It's going to continuously water, electric, gas, internet, the cost of goods, foods, like the trade wars that's going on. It's just like all of this is you will not be able to survive here, no matter. And here's the Achilles heel of Americans. We addicted to hope, the drug called hope. We see other multimillionaires and billionaires, and we think that one day we're going to wake up and become one of them. The odds of you doing that is slimmer than a college kid playing college basketball going to the NBA. Your odds are slimmer than his. At least he has a shot. You have a job, and now you say, I'm going to start this business, and my business is going to make millions of dollars. Your business don't need to make millions of dollars. Your business just need to make you a substantial amount of money for you to be able to live somewhere else and live off of that money. Like, live off of that money. If you want to stay here, God bless you. God bless you. But if you're not watching the news and watching, and I'm not talking your local news, I'm talking about watch you some CNBC, watch you some CNN International, watch you some Al Jazeera, watch you some news that's financial. Let it break down to you how good the economy is. And then I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, good for who? Not for me. The largest group of people that's happening in America. It isn't a race. It's a financial group. Billionaires. You have 500 billionaires 5 years ago. Now you have 250. You have 2,500 billionaires. 2,500 new billionaires from 500 5 years ago. That's the fastest growing rate of people. Not Hispanic, not blacks, not whites, no, billionaires. And now they're running the financial market. What makes you think you're going to be able to withstand what they're doing to help them build? They're doing things to help them build wealth. You will just be a worker and a cog in the wheel. Coding, forget about it. Computers are coding for other computers. Robots are building other robots. Houses are starting to be built by computers. Like, think about it, appraisals. The blockchain will be one of the most important things the world will need. Document, verification, identification. Learn the blockchain, learn to invest in the blockchain, not just crypto. Like, you know how pointless money would be if we couldn't exchange it between each other? Imagine if there was no Zelle, no Cash App, no Venmo, no wire transfer. Money would mean nothing. Think the same way with crypto. Crypto would mean nothing if we're not able to transfer it to each other. What is the vehicle? Invest in the vehicle, not just the asset.
If you want to save time on watching all the episodes, but still get all the gold nuggets that we find from interviewing these 7, 8, and 9-figure entrepreneurs, then you can get all of that inside of the 2 Comma Club newsletter. Just go to 2ccnewsletter.com and subscribe.